Still I bleed. Samuel stood before the elders, voice cracked like dry ground. Give us a king like the nations. That's the demand that brought the sound. Father said, I am your king. I split the sea, I shook the wall. I carried you on eagle's wings. I never let your fathers fall. But flesh wants flesh upon the throne, so flesh is what they call. You warned them through the prophet, told them what the crown would cost. Taxes, sons and armor, daughter serving, freedom lost. Still they chose a man of dust over the man of breath. Wrote the pattern in their bones, rejection unto death. Centuries roll forward, same blood in a different vein. You sent the only son to carry all of their disdain. Nails through the wrist that built the mountains, thorns around the crown of light. He bled at Golgotha at noon, and still I bleed tonight. Every time they call a myth, every time they mock the cross, every time they crown a man and call the kingdom lost. Every gospel rewritten soft, so the truth won't cost them sleep. They rather have a comfortable lie than a king who makes them weep. They'll build a monument to Caesar and call it common sense, forgetting who paid the ransom, forgetting the cost was immense, forgetting the blood that's still wet on a hill outside the gate, calling it ancient history instead of a debt they still create. How long, Father? How long will you let this go? How long will the false king sit while the true king bleeds below? They built a narrative to bury you beneath the past. Father, be upon them, be upon them fast. Yeah. Now here I am again, same story, different name. Standing in the gate they built, getting hit with the same flame. I brought the truth you gave me, wrapped in everything I had. And they called it pride, called it sickness, called it mad. Funny how the pattern never changes through the years. They'll worship a man's image while they deaf to what I hear. I'm not asking for a statue, I'm not asking for a throne. I'm asking why the voice that speaks for you keeps dying alone. They use the wounds to silence me, use the past to make me small, rewrite the testimony so the witness never stands at all. Build a story out of old mistakes and hang it around my neck. Call it closure, call it justice, while they leave the altar wrecked. They want the gift without the giver, want the sign without the cost, want a comfortable answer instead of the man who paid what it cost. But you were rejected first, so I know this road you walked. I just need to know you're with me while I'm out here getting mocked. How long, Father? How long will you let this go? How long will the false king sit? Oh, while the true king bleeds below. They built a narrative to bury you beneath the past. Father, be upon them, be upon them fast. Yeah. Look at the altars they built out of comfort and out of fear, bowing to a borrowed throne while the real king's standing near. They'll quote the page but skip the cost, sing the song but skip the cross, call the wilderness a failure when it's really just the cost. I've seen the same rejection move through every generation's hand, from a tribe that won't exalt to a world that can't stand. A father who still loves them, a son who still calls out, a spirit knocking quiet while the noise tries to drown the doubt. The same rejection wearing modern clothes, still building modern thrones, still trading the living water for a kingdom built on stone. So Father, move on the world, move on every closed off door, move on the hearts that traded glory for a war they can't win anymore. Heal them, Father, heal the blind that built the lie. Open their eyes before the worship that they owe you passes by. Unbind the hearts they chained the day, they chose the man instead. Unbind the souls so they can see your son, not torn but whole, not dead, not dead. Let them see him standing, let the veil fall from their face. Let the king they exiled walk back into his rightful place. Let the chains of old tradition break before the throne of grace. Father, don't forsake my soul.
Don't forsake the reason I was sent.
I gave you everything I had,
Every breath, every cent.
I'm not asking for a rescue that erases all the pain. Just don't let this purpose be a sacrifice in vain. You know the plan before I speak it. You knew it before the start. You know what to do with rejection. You know what to do with a broken heart. I'm done bargaining, I'm done explaining, I'm done bleeding out my fear. This body's tired, but the spirit's steady. This voice still rings out clear. Whatever you decide is right, Father, I trust you here.